Do you need a wipe?
Nope.
Nice. All right.
Welcome back to Grab Your Ankles. We are doing the Bitch Off 2.0. Bitch Off! With me, as always, is Travis, and we have Carl back for another one.
Hey guys, how's it going?
They can't answer you back right away, Carl.
I was talking to you, Aaron.
Oh, fuck
Well,
you.
We're gonna
Um,
bitch about some stuff today.
Carl, what pisses you off more than anything?
Well, here's one that's right on the radar, I guess. It's a soft spot for me. These operators going to operating school and pretending to know what they're doing.
So heavy equipment operators.
Yes.
All right. That's almost like any trades that go to school and they think they know everything because they got a education in it.
Well, it's like, I don't know about in Alberta, but in BC, they have pre-employment training. It's something. So, like, if you want to be an electrician, a plumber, a carpenter, mechanic, they have like entry-level courses you could go to Camosun for. So, like,
What's Camosun?
Camosun College. It's like our
Oh.
SAT. It would be like a course that you go to in the summer between grade 12 and whatever. And it was like the basics of being an electrician or of being a plumber. And then people would show up
Fucking BC.
for their first day as an electrician thinking they know everything, wanting like so much money. It's like, well, no, you're a first year apprentice. You get $12 an hour. It's probably more now, but I'm talking back when I was
They probably got
younger.
pre-job training for how to shoot up fentanyl.
Oh yeah.
in BC.
But no, yeah, Carl, the operating school thing. I mean, we both know who you're talking about.
Yeah. Well,
I'm
there's
an
definitely
operator.
multiple, but he's definitely the biggest candidate. We don't need to go there, but they show up on the job site and it's instantly they don't want to do the groundwork. They don't want to work their way into that seat properly. And then they bitch about it afterwards, pretending that they're almost entitled to it because they have a card that says so.
I ran equipment for years and years without any fucking certification or card because you don't need it here. It's just hey, look at me, I got this thing.
You don't need it in the city anyways. Once you get up north to the oil sands, they kind of want it for the most part,
For some
depending
things,
on
yeah.
where you are.
Yeah, for some things. But yeah, you know what? These guys come in, oh, I know all this. I was taught this. I was taught this. It's like, yeah, but if you don't have experience, then you don't know shit.
That's right.
Just because you know something doesn't mean you know how to figure out a way.
knowing how to run a machine and
yeah.
knowing how to operate a machine are two different things.
Love when you used to hire people and, oh yeah, I can drive any machine. What do you mean drive any machine?
And
You
we're
don't
off to a
drive
bad start.
machines.
Yeah.
You operate them. Come on now.
Yeah, it's definitely one that's on the front of my radar anyways.
Yeah, that's a tough one. Definitely tricky.
For those of you that don't know, Carl is a construction manager type thing.
Yes, type thing.
He's in charge of meeting the seat.
Yeah. So what else?
Here, we'll bring up one that's a pet peeve.
Okay, what do you got?
Okay. Neighbors parking in your spot.
Aha. So I had this the other day. They're doing an open house across the road from my place. The real estate agent saw me leave my spot, which you have to parallel park into. It's between my neighbor's truck, my wife's car. My truck always sits there. It's not like I take it out every single day. It's it only leaves every once in a while. So they kind of probably have seen it a few times. They know it's there. I leave for about an hour or so, and I come back, and they've moved their car from across the road into my spot. So I'm a little bit petty. So I parked backwards and on the sidewalk in front of their open house. And then I waited for them to move their car. And then I moved my truck. Yeah.
I've
You
got
should have
I've
just
got a
sat out in
neighbor.
your front yard in a lawn chair with your underwear on for that whole open house. Hey neighbor!
Hey, neighbor!
Frank death metal or something like that.
Yeah, no kidding.
No, I've got a neighbor right now they've got multiple vehicles, and don't get me wrong, so do we. I mean, at this place alone, including my motorcycle, we've got 5 vehicles that'll park out front in the summertime. We'll keep the 2 trucks in front of the house within our limits, and then we park across the street, and there's the
Well, that's a
neighbor that's
green
across the
space,
street.
so
Yeah, there's lots there.
you could fit 20, 30 cars along that whole green space, really.
Exactly. So, but between us and the neighbors, there is quite a few vehicles that park here. So it gets a little hectic at times.
Yeah. We got a neighbor too that does that. He's very cautious about doesn't want anybody to take his spot. So he's got 2 trucks. He's got his work truck and his personal. Whenever he leaves with his personal truck, he'll back his work truck up so that you can't park where his personal truck was. And then he does, back and forth with that. And it's like, I'm not gonna take your spot. I park in the back most of the time with my truck, my everyday vehicle. So yeah, I know people are weird with parking spots. Like I know it's public parking, but fuck off, that's my spot. And
That's
you
right.
know it.
Yeah, at the end of the day, it's public property. Like it's not
But
your spot, but it's like
it's a
a
courtesy.
general courtesy that like in front of your house is your spots.
Yeah, like
And like the people down the road, they're the daughter's boyfriend or whatever that doesn't live there will come over and just park in our spots.
And he's like 16 years old, so he's just learning how to drive for crying out loud. He just got his license. So when he parks, he will do it in such a way, kind of like your neighbor with his truck. He'll park in just the way that you can't get anything else around him and take up 3 spots essentially with a small infinity.
yeah. Oh, that is another fucking pet peeve. Those goddamn infinities are
So
backfiring.
if by any chance that kid is listening to our podcast right now, fuck you. Fuck you.
Yeah.
Because you're such an asshole is why I didn't help you when you locked your keys in the car.
I stood at the window and pointed and laughed.
Yeah, but what's up with these kids and tuning their infinities to backfire like crazy? We got a bunch of these little, they're all infinities pretty much. The little
I mean,
3.5 infinities or whatever it is running around our town. And they're backfiring and popping and they just sound like shit.
they're doing it with the BMWs too a lot.
Yeah, I've
A lot
seen
of those
that
German
too.
engineered cars, they're doing it too. The Euro vehicles. But if you remember, it was the same thing when we walked into the diesel world and everybody wanting to blow black smoke.
That's
Yeah.
true. Yeah.
Roll coal out your 5-inch fucking straight pipe.
Yeah. You fit a small child inside their muffler tip for crying out loud. What is the point?
Yeah, you know what? There is definitely got to be some fun with it because I've had fun with having my smoke tune on my diesels before.
Hmm.
Used to be able to like just puke out black smoke and oh, you want to be an asshole? Okay. Now you can't see.
And then when you're fueling up for the 3rd time that week, you're like, why am I using so much fuel?
Yeah, kidding. It's just pretty much puking raw fuel out. But I don't know. What's some other car fads that are pretty fucking gay?
I don't know. When I was in high school, everyone would go to Canadian Tire and get the cherry bomb exhaust for
Yep.
their Honda Civic because it was like less than $100, and it was
In
just
the
bolt
piece,
on. Just
19.
Fast and the Furious ruined it.
I don't know. My Honda Civic, the exhaust would never stay on it. I was also 16 and just learning how to use a welder, so we won't go there.
Yeah, bubble gum.
I can remember when I was 19, I had a 1981 BMW 5 Series, like a 528, like an inline 6, and driving down the road one day and I start hearing this rattling. I'm like, what the hell is that? And then my car gets really loud. I'm like, what the fuck was that? I look in my rear view and my whole exhaust from the fucking manifold back is just on the road sliding. I'm just like, bye.
I had the same scenario with an 88 Honda Civic.
Fuck, I had one of those with Ford Ranger. Yeah.
Ford
goddamn.
fucking
Ford
Ranger.
fucking Ranger. I know that truck.
I
I
ain't no
know
stranger. I know that truck.
That's
That's a Ford fucking Ranger.
Oh man. What else can we bitch about? You guys ever like what's with the fucking cell phone service in these new communities?
We've already talked about that on the last bitch off.
Oh fuck, it's so
You know, I'm fucking sick of you bringing shit up that we've already talked about.
that's worth bitching about.
Like, come on, man. You're the one that keeps a fucking diary on your iPad about
It's
what we
not
talk
really a
about.
diary. It's But
It's a diary.
today's why I hate Aaron. He keeps bringing the stupid shit up every time I bring up stupid shit.
How about when
Um,
a cop will drive around a piece of shit car just to come after you for window tint?
Does
the
that
window
happen to you
tint.
often?
It happens more than I care to admit. Most of the time it's because I'm speeding, but they like the window tint as well.
Yeah, they like to use that as a good reason to pull you over, which, you know what? I can understand that they're scared of it, people with window tint because they can't see what's going on in there, but
Fucking Alberta. It's not.
yeah, we're not.
We're not in the States. Like, we don't have guns. I mean, we
Uh,
do. They just don't know about them. But
there's a lot more um, things like that happening, right? And they're trying to take away legal gun owners stuff too, which is bullshit. It's like it's not the legal gun owners that are causing problems. It's the illegal guns that are causing all these issues, which why punish law-abiding citizens that have hobbies, right? Bullshit.
Mhm.
Yeah.
What about the cops cracking down on illegal cigarettes?
Ooh, I just seen a video of some the arresting 4 people in a one
For
car
an
for an empty
empty
pack of
pack. Yeah.
cigarettes. You know,
Yeah, they're cracking down.
it's yeah, it's all these native cigarettes that aren't Canadian stamped, right?
Mm-hmm.
They're putting definitely a crackdown on it. Which,
Because they can't get their tax money out of them.
yeah, like that they're almost going after that more than they are drugs now,
Yep.
which is messed up. It's like,
What did they expect? They put a pack of cigarettes at $25 for crying out loud.
is that what a pack of cigarettes is worth these days?
For the expensive ones, I think your average pack's like 21 or 22 bucks.
That's insane.
When I first started smoking cigarettes, would have been 2003, give or take. A 20 pack of Canadian Classics was $6.
Yep.
Now a 25 pack of Canadian Classics is like 19, 18 or $19.
Yeah.
Like it's ridiculous.
Yeah, it's too expensive. And
Well, and everybody says just quit, just quit. Well, I don't want to quit.
Yeah.
So, and who's, I mean, think about it from their standpoint is they want you to lead a healthier life, but at the same time, I'm an adult. I'll make my own goddamn decisions.
there's a debate about it though,
Yeah.
because it's just like with alcoholics who drink a lot, right? So if you're smoking, you have a higher risk of health issues. So that means you will put a higher demand on the healthcare system. And in theory, the taxes from the cigarettes are supposed to be going into the healthcare system to offset the extra cost that smokers cause or would, have a demand on the healthcare system. It's supposed to pay for that, right?
Mhm.
Is the theory behind it. That's the same with alcohol sales and the taxes on that. But it's kind of fucked up. It's like, yeah, I understand, but everybody needs healthcare too. You're not going to tax people for doing stupid stuff like skateboarding and getting injured doing that, right? You're not paying a tax for stupidity. So,
You imagine if there was a stupidity tax?
holy fuck, I'd be broke.
Me and you both.
That balance would be, or budget would be balanced.
Yeah.
Maybe that's why Trudeau thought the budget would balance itself because he was going to implement a stupidity tax and he would have paid that off on his own.
No kidding.
What about Trudeau and Katy Perry?
Feel sorry for Katy Perry.
I'm still pissed off with the fact. Have you ever looked at what Trudeau's going to get paid for the rest of his life just because he did that?
Like, I don't even want to know. But it's the bitch off, so we should know what we're going to be pissed off about.
Oh, God. Okay, let's look it up. Travis, you got it?
Nope. But just looking for other things to bitch about. What else?
How about when
Let's
you're driving and the lane to your right is ending, and that stupid motherfucker in the right lane is gonna wait until he gets all the way at the end and then cut everyone off.
I think you went over this last one too.
No, we didn't
no,
because
not that.
RJ said we should have talked about this.
Yeah,
That does suck. fucking hate that when people wait until the last minute.
Yeah.
But that's just everything too, right? Like that's even merging. Everyone goes right to the end of the lane. It's like you don't need to go to the end of the lane and then panic about it. Like figure it the fuck out,
You got
people.
plenty of room in that merge lane to match speed and get in.
What about people that can't fucking tie down mattresses on their vehicles properly?
And you just see it flopped
Oh,
over.
yeah. Like, come on.
What if when you're driving around, you see someone with a very questionable load, and you almost want to follow them to see how much shit they're gonna lose.
No kidding. That
And you see them exiting onto the highway, and you're just like, "Well, good luck, everyone else."
ooh, we're all in construction. What about hard hats on job sites where there's no overhead issue, like
Oh,
hazards, and then you get in trouble? You know, you gotta wear your hard hat. Why is the sky falling? Fuck you.
or you go on some sites where they want hard hats with chin straps.
I haven't been on one of
Just the
those.
dumbest thing imaginable.
And unfortunately, this year is being implemented that the new Class 3 hard hat with chin strap is mandatory on all job sites.
No way.
I've got a brand new one in the backseat of my truck right now because of it.
Fuck that.
Elliston, all of them, all the big names, all the job sites, all the commercial ones, I should say. Maybe not so much residential, but the commercial ones are all going that way.
Yeah, protect people that are too stupid, right? If you,
Gonna wear my bike helmet.
yeah, bicycle helmet.
Well, and they look like a climbing helmet.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, they're for like I understand some like if you're up in a cherry picker or if you're like certain tasks, I'm sure like probably require a chin strap so that it doesn't fall off or whatever. But if I'm just walking from my truck into the house to go do a job, why do I need a chin strap?
Yeah.
Ooh, another one. Black ice. So
Oh,
I was at the mall the other day, and I noticed that they had these signs out front, these sandwich boards that said clear ice on them. Danger, clear ice. But you could very clearly see that they put a sticker over top of where it said black ice for it to say clear ice now.
and this is where we are in society.
It's like, did somebody's feelings get hurt because it says black ice?
All ice matters.
All ice matters.
Where's Aunt Jemima?
Yeah, we miss Aunt Jemima. Like, why did they get rid of all of that shit? Like, it's not, it's almost more disrespectful to get rid of
They're
that
bringing
shit.
more attention to it by
Yeah.
doing these
Yeah.
things.
What do you guys feel about this treaty acknowledgement on land?
Land acknowledgement.
Land acknowledgements. It's like that's a little strange, right?
Well, I mean, depending on who's listening, it could cause some hell, but why not get some phone calls in? Either way, I went and signed the petition for Alberta to separate.
Okay.
So, how do you guys feel about that?
I'm for it.
I'm there's not enough information about it, really. Like
It's not something that there would be.
I
So,
think
and the reason I'm bringing this up on the bitch off is because it could go either way. I mean,
Canada or Alberta will never separate from Canada, I don't think. But it should be able to have its own independence on how it deals with its own money and how it takes care of its own people. I feel like that every province should be able to take care of their own citizens without having help from other provinces.
and further to that, the way that the voting system works should be more spread out, where the East doesn't dictate exactly what we're doing. And I mean,
That's a
I
big
think
problem,
if they
right?
just fix that alone would cause a lot of this to go away and be a lot more regulated.
Yeah, I think so. Like, there's too much power from Eastern Canada, definitely, in my opinion. Um, because we clearly live a different lifestyle over here. Yeah, we're all Canadian, but we're not all the same. You know, we have different beliefs, different morals, different ways of life, and that's okay because that's just how every country is pretty much, right? But
Every free country.
every free country. But why, you know, people from big cities shouldn't be dictating what happens in small towns.
That's right.
Not at all.
It should be because the interests are different per. I'm not saying like the East is doing it's wrong for believing what they believe for their area, but it doesn't benefit or work for our area. So, it'd be nice if there's a little bit of a divide there and more independence in that sense. But yeah, I don't think leaving Canada is really a thing. I don't really feel like that's gonna ever happen, but some independence about our own resources would be great.
Mhm.
So, um, what else do you want to bitch about? Um, Chinooks and headaches.
Oh,
You guys ever
there's
get
been a lot of those happening the past few weeks.
fucking love the Chinooks, but man, do those migraines suck.
You
Suck,
know,
suck,
years
suck.
past, I never really got them. However, this year I've noticed it really bad,
Yeah,
especially over this last month or so.
it's been
I don't
wild.
know what it is about the Chinook that's not leaving. And I mean, again, don't get me wrong, I'm not complaining. The weather's been wonderful. However, it seems like it kind of goes away and then it comes right back again. And it's just a repeated cycle every 3 days of a headache.
I wonder if that's why I felt like such total shit the other day.
Maybe
Because the next day I felt fine.
it's possible.
I wonder if it had something to do with the.
He does
I don't know. We were supposed to get a storm tonight and it's gone now again.
the
Hmm.
climate is very dictating on how you feel, right? With the vitamin D that you get from the sun and the pressure systems and all sorts of shit. What about bicycle lanes?
Fuck them. Why do we put all this fucking money into bicycle lanes and the bikers don't even fucking use them?
I know. It'd be great if it worked well, but it doesn't.
Like in a city where there's snow on the ground 8 months of the year, why do we need designated bike lanes?
Yeah. And they don't really get used that heavily.
No, even in summer, they really don't.
What's with the crackdown on electric bikes and stuff too?
What do you mean?
Like,
Do you see how fast they're going right out of the box?
oh yeah, some of them are doing like 70K, like a Suron or whatever. They can get boogieing.
There's an
But
unlock, and there's guys getting reported doing over 100 kilometers an hour. Fuck.
yeah, but
Like, I remember going down hills on my mountain bike, and don't get me wrong, I had a nice mountain bike. It was built for some, it was built to go downhill racing. And even at 60, that thing felt fast. 70, it
Mm.
felt quick. I mean, we used to get up to some pretty serious speeds.
oh yeah,
And these guys are doing well over 100 kilometers an hour on these bloody things. I don't know if I don't know. Only getting old, but it's not something that I'd be want to do.
yeah, no kidding. I don't want to crash, that's for sure.
Yeah.
And then
They'll put me on a motorcycle and I'll go 200, no problem.
I mean, you got the weight behind a motorcycle and yourself is it's enough to keep more control, I
Yeah,
guess you
you're more
could say.
planted.
mm,
And
So,
bigger
but
tires, better balance.
well, on tires that are highway rated.
Yeah,
I
and
don't know.
then
Maybe I'm just getting old.
that's possible.
about when
You know what else?
kids on your lawn? Hey, you kids, get off my
Get
lawn.
off my fucking lawn.
Get off my lawn.
You know what? Whatever, and that's something that pisses me off is people's work ethic.
Oh,
I don't know about you guys, but I've had to bust my fucking ass. I've had two jobs multiple times, working overtime, 12, 14 hours, whatever, just to make it by. And now kids today don't even want to work part-time because they're tired or that's too much work or too much effort. And it's like, are you serious? And then you bitch and complain that you can't afford anything or you don't want it or like you can't you'll never be able to buy a house or even move out of your parents' basement. It's like stupid. It's like you're not even trying.
the other side of that though is like, look at how this cost of living has skyrocketed. Like, people working full time, a lot of them can't afford basic living costs.
No, it is very expensive to live, but the work ethic has gone down.
Oh, 100%. But I'm just saying that could be stemming from that, but people take that as an excuse and run with it.
There's a lot of people making excuses of
Yeah.
why they can't do things or, you know,
I actually deal with the work ethic issues quite a bit, and
Yes.
I I'm not gonna say what company I work for, but I see
You work in a labor-driven industry.
yeah, it's a very labor-driven industry, and the demographic is, between the ages of 20 and 35 or so, 36 or so, somewhere in there. And a lot of the younger staff that I encounter, it's always something. And I mean, I'm not taking this away from anybody, but just the first time that I heard somebody say, I need a mental health day, and I just had to shake my head for a second. It's just not the world I grew up in, though.
No.
No, like obviously, I think there is, if your grandfather dies, that's a mental health day. Go ahead,
Yeah, but you don't
take it.
call it
Yeah,
that.
That's
You call in and
grievance.
say, "Hey, I had a death in the
right.
family. I need some
But
time off." No problem.
but I think
Nobody is going to
people are
say no to
using
that.
mental health days as I just don't feel like going to work
I'm
because
feeling really triggered today, and I need some mental health. I need to my safe space.
like I think mental health is a very serious thing that's going on in today's society, and I think it's more prevalent now because of you know everybody's got screens in front of them. Everybody's getting 1 minute long dopamine hits and just scrolling through it. Nobody's actually, life isn't as difficult on the daily basis physically.
Hmm.
So it makes all these physical things feel harder and tougher and whatever. But, obviously mental health is a real thing, but people aren't doing anything to solve it other than complaining about it. Like, get off your ass and go do something. You're never got mental health when you're busy. Like, you don't have mental health issues when you're busy and occupied.
Yeah.
It's only when you're sitting around
If you're
doing nothing.
if like go out for a walk, go mow the lawn,
Exercise is huge. It
exercise.
is so big. Like, just getting off your ass and doing something and not being on a couch will
Hmm.
get you feeling better.
I've been through it myself. I've had episodes where I just would stay in bed or stay on the couch just for fucking days,
Mm-hmm. Yep.
and it's making it worse by not doing anything. So you have to get yourself past that.
Oh, absolutely. Like, it's self-motivate yourself. You
Yeah.
gotta motivate yourself, right? Which it's tough to do, but you gotta figure it out or else you're not gonna succeed.
Mm. Carl, you could agree with this one. What about when you're at work and there's always that one guy that is late every day,
I,
whether
I
it's
I used to
five
be that guy.
minutes.
I used to be that guy. I do have one that is consistently between 5 and 10 minutes late, and it was actually funny because for a while there, he's a good worker once he gets moving, and he had the right attitude. He was really young. I'm not quite sure what he had going on at home or what the problem was. But I actually got to the point that I started allowing him a time to start that was between 15 and 20 minutes earlier than everybody else.
So he would
The
be on
problem
time.
the problem is he caught on to that when people you started telling him what time they were starting. So it didn't work out. But
I was always under the belief of if you're not 15 minutes early, you're late.
I have sleep issues. But I mean that's besides the point.
Well, everybody's got sleep issues. It's just, you know, if you're paid to be somewhere, then you got to be there.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely as I've gotten older, things have gotten better.
Yeah. Well, it takes time, right? You can't stay up partying all night and shit like that either.
Yeah, man. If I get less than 6 hours of sleep, I'm a bag of shit the next day.
Yeah. 6 hours. Yeah, I'm a
I
six.
shoot for 8, settle for 6.
Yeah. Seven is my optimum. Six is functional.
But then when we were younger, it'd be like, oh, I only got 2 hours of sleep. I'm good to go.
Yeah. Still have.
Partying at 18 years old, even younger than that. We won't go there. That's underage. But yeah, partying. Yeah. I remember walking out of the party and going to work.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Can't do that anymore, though.
I'm sure you could if you
I
tried,
mean,
but
maybe. Not at my age, I
I just don't.
can't.
I don't have the want to do it anymore. I don't want to party and get fucked up anymore. Like you just
I
feel like
do and I
shit.
don't. Like,
Oh,
it's got to be the right mood and vibe
absolutely. Like
to really get going with the party.
so
Like
today,
more often than not, you'll like plan something and you'll start having some drinks or whatever, and then it's just kind of like I don't want to go to bed now.
yeah. So for like earlier today, I was thinking about, man, we should just have a fucking binge day. Just get fucked up, have a good old time, start day drinking and whatever. And then I'm like, oh, but then I just feel like shit the next day. So maybe it's not such a good idea.
Find there's a limit. I get more of a hangover. Definitely, I mean, obviously with the coolers and the sugary drinks, but I seem to be able to drink liquor a lot better and not get as hungover
Hmm.
compared to drinking beer or coolers or anything else.
Yeah, that's fair because well, it depends what you pair it with, right?
Yeah,
Like your mix has a big,
factor.
yeah, for sure. What about going to McDonald's or other fast food joints? You go through the drive-through, you order your food, and then they tell you to go park and wait for it.
Oh.
That shit fucking pisses
Remember,
me off.
remember when a drive-through used to be the quick, convenient way to get your food?
Yeah.
It's
I
like
feel like we've talked about this, but it's worth
we
bitching
have,
about
but we
again.
can bitch more. Yeah, and yeah, it's like how long did like why is it taking you so long to make these things? Like McDonald's, I worked at McDonald's. I know the burgers are all pre-cooked. They're in a heat drawer. Fries should be stocked up. So why is it taking you 15 minutes to get me a fucking Big Mac and a fries?
Yeah, it doesn't make sense.
And they wonder why machines are taking the jobs.
Yeah, machines don't fuck up that bad. You know, another thing that pisses me off is people that don't shovel their sidewalks.
See, I'm one of those people that'll just, as soon as I know there's a good storm coming, I'll just lace it with salt so that way it melts, so I don't have to deal with
If that works and keeps your
it.
sidewalk clean, then that's fine. But
Yeah.
these people, like we go for a walk in the community and you're going down the sidewalk, it's clear, 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 and then there's people that just have like a couple inches of snow and ice built up on there. It's like, really, guys? Like, this is a safety hazard. Whatever happened to like 24 hours after it stops, you get it cleared.
You
But
know, with that said, like
they're not really
when I was
enforcing it.
growing up, they were always saying that you'd get a fine if you didn't. Have you ever known anybody to get a
Yep.
fine? Have you?
I haven't.
I haven't.
My next door neighbor in Silverado got one.
Really?
Yeah, someone was walking and slipped on the ice, called the city, and the city fined them.
So that's what it
It's
took
like,
finally was somebody to slip and hurt themselves to get a fine.
yeah,
It's fucking crazy.
I'm not sure how much the fine was, but I think I looked it up. I think it was like $200 or $300 or something.
Yeah.
But then you're also, I think, if they slip and hurt themselves, they can sue you.
See, and but
I don't
that
know
would
because
be a
the
gray area.
sidewalk is city property, is it not?
Yes, it is because the first 4 feet of even the grass on your property, or your property in quotation marks, is
It's
actually
just
owned
a
by the
right of way.
city. It's a utility right of way.
Okay.
So you don't technically own. We don't have mineral rights here, anyways. You don't own the land that your house is on. So you pay the taxes on it for it to be there. Now, with that said, the utility right of way, they can come in and they can do whatever they want. Like the TELUS fiber project that's currently going around, they're being courteous and coming and asking you if you want it. It's going across your lawn, whether you like it or not.
Well, I think they asked to go from the where the
Yes.
property ends to your property to
Yeah.
feed it
Yeah.
in. But yeah, they don't need to get your permission to work within the utility right away.
No. So that first 4 feet, like, it's there to do with as they please. And to be honest with you, they don't need to put seed down. They don't need to put topsoil down or anything else when they're done, unless it's in their contract with the city or town.
Yeah, well, these cities and towns need to be making sure that's in the contract because they should be just like every other thing.
Yeah,
You leave it as you find it.
yeah. So
I don't know. That TELUS fucking fiber optic isn't that great, anyways. Doesn't if you seal it, it doesn't feel any different
you know,
than any other.
No.
It all seems the same.
notice the price on it.
I don't know. I don't know what we're. I don't even know what we use. I think we have TELUS, maybe Shaw, maybe I don't even know what we have anymore. I think it's TELUS.
We're with TELUS. We're at highest, the highest one before going fiber optic.
Oh, okay.
Another thing I would really like to bitch about is when you're kind enough to invite your friend to be on your podcast,
Mm-hmm.
and we go through an entire segment with his mic muted.
Wasted content. You guys will never ever hear. Ever.
A total waste. Are those the vanilla ones?
It's not my fault that the Rugrats came in and muted it.
Um,
Here, when you're talking
Anyways,
about getting pissed off or things that piss you off when your friends are stealing all your nicotine pouches.
ain't that a bitch, eh? Can't even bitching about how hard these containers are to open. You know, I hear people are putting those up their ass now.
Whoa!
you never heard of a Forzin?
What's that?
Well, you know Zins.
Yeah.
You put them in your foreskin. Forzin.
Oh. How's that feel?
I don't know. I don't have a foreskin.
Well, shove it up your ass then. Damn. Well, I think we bitched a little bit enough for today.
I think.
There's going to be more to bitch about later.
Yeah.
3.0.
Tune in for the bitch off 3.0 coming soon.
All right.
Coming.
Coming everywhere. Came here, came there.
Get it up, get it in, get it out, get it off, and here do.
There you go.
Goodbye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.